Hey everybody, it's Toys of Arkham here, and I have a really special review to do for you today, and it is of the incredible Kaustic Plastik John Wayne figure. And this is the web exclusive edition that comes with a lot of cool extras. But what was a real surprise was that it came with things that weren't even announced from the outset. They seem to be like bonus gifts that Kaustic Plastik have included with this web exclusive edition. I believe there's only 200 of this edition made, and what it came with, which surprised me, was this amazing print of the figure. Well, certainly the style of the figure, and that's John Wayne from the movie True Grit. I have number 79 of 200, and it seems to be autographed. I'm not quite sure by who, and if you do know, well, obviously that's John Wayne, but that's obviously a reprint, but I wonder if that's original, this one here. If you can help me out on that, please do let me know, because I'd like to know what the story is behind this. But it's an amazing print. I really like that, and I'll definitely be getting that framed. Just about finding space for it. And this is really cool as well. This is the exact same print as what's on this, only in a t-shirt, and they've got my size and everything right, so absolutely delighted with that. Really like that. And again, this was not something that we were told of in the beginning, so it seems to be like a bonus that Kaustic Plastik have included for those of us who went with the web exclusive edition. Now, the figure itself is absolutely outstanding. This is in just natural daylight here, and it's stunning. Now, John Wayne, I don't know a whole lot about. Obviously, I do know from being born in the 80s, I caught kind of the remaining movies of his that would have hit the television screens, and I would have seen a few of them throughout my years of watching TV with my father and that. But in all honesty, I don't know a huge amount about John Wayne characters. Certainly, I don't know anything about True Grit. I do intend to watch that movie. And you might be asking, well, why in the name of God did you go and spend hundreds of euros on a figure of someone that you don't really know much about? And the truth is that I'm a real fan of the company Kaustic Plastik. I've got a few of their other figures. I got their Peter Sellers figure, and I got the Bud Spencer figure. And as a collector of 1/6 scale figures, I do appreciate incredible art and artistry, and this company have just blown every figure they've ever tackled out of the park. Obviously, the gold standard by which most of us measure 1/6 figures is the company Hot Toys, but Kaustic Plastik, I have to say, go a bit beyond what Hot Toys even do. The materials they use, the fake leather or even pure leather, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, do they go that far? But they even have metal in their accessories, like the guns, and little belt buckles would be metal and everything else like that. So I'll go through this in further detail, but in terms of a company, Kaustic Plastik just always impressed me with those finer details, and I just want to support them. I'm a fan of 1/6 scale figures, and they seem to create incredible iconic figures, and I can't wait for their newer releases past this, which will be the Bela Lugosi Dracula, and I have that on order. And I believe the same people who work behind the scenes at Kaustic Plastik are also working with Sylvester Stallone on his release of 1/6 scale figures, and I actually have the first Rambo coming soon, and I hope to review that. So let's take a look at what this guy comes with. As far as I know, if you were to just order the ordinary release, you would get this figure here and these accessories, I think. Now, what is that? So we look at this little bag first. Look, this is the sort of detail I'm talking about in terms of the great lengths Kaustic Plastik go to. So they're actually little bullets, and they're also little cigarettes. So as far as the display goes, that'll really add a great amount of feature to what you're trying to achieve. This is the neck scarf, which I haven't put on him yet, but it's a little bit of a different color to this. I don't know, maybe over time it might fade a little bit, but it is what it is. The hands on all Kaustic Plastik figures, my phone is absolutely, sorry, just bear with me there. My phone just doesn't want to. There we go. So obviously John Wayne in this movie would be maybe getting on in the years, maybe tipping the 60s or thereabouts, and you can see those freckles and the detail that would suggest that they're aged hands. But that's the type of detail in all of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands, and we also have this cup for his, and you can see it's done in a style of that old metal that they would have used back in the Western days, and it comes with that. He has his whiskey, which is really cool, very accurate looking. A little cork in the top. He has this little satchel. Again, it's real weathered looking, very authentic looking, and there is like a sponge in it. You could open that up and take it out if you want and use it for real storage, if that's what you want to do with your display. It has a really nice leather strap, and then this kettle, which kind of feels metal actually, definitely looks it. And again, look at that for weathering. Like just to make that alone is incredible craftsmanship from Kaustic Plastik. So we'll start at the base here. Kaustic Plastik have introduced this really cool idea with their figures where they have a magnet in the base, and the magnet prevents the need for those sometimes ugly looking stand poles, which are kind of crotch grabber things, and they just take away from the overall look. So you've got magnets in the feet of the figure, and then obviously the magnet in the base. The base itself is done at the top to look like an old wooden floor, maybe of a saloon or a sheriff's office or whatever you might think of, and then a very classy looking JW here, looking a bit like a belt buckle, and again that metal look at the front as well. Very nice to signify John Wayne. The boots are these classic cowboy boots with the silver belt buckles. They look nicely weathered as well. They don't look real clean. And you move on up. He's got the very nice brown kind of slacks, and then up here the belt buckle is very cool. Look at that, for the detail is amazing. I absolutely love this 6-shooter gun. I mean, when I was younger as a kid, I'd always play cowboys and Indians, and the guns, I always loved them. I love these 6-shooters. I'll just take this out. So that's exactly what I didn't want to happen there. So here, that's actual metal with moving parts. It is stunning. Sorry, I'm not quite sure if the chamber is in the middle open, but I absolutely love that. It's such a cool gun. Love it. I mean, what cowboy can you imagine that doesn't have this sort of a cool gun? It's just an iconic gun that is just synonymous with Western movies, and it's so cool to have one in 1/6 scale done like this. Before I move up on the figure, I forgot one other thing in terms of accessories. I'm just looking here. This overcoat, which obviously is what he wore in the movie. It's very nice. It's very nicely done. It has a cool collar on it, and it has a slightly weathered look. I do like it, but not as cool look, I think, as his sheriff look here. There's also this, just before I move up on the figure, I think that's a bracelet that he might have worn in the movie. I'm not quite sure. Must put that on later. So, just spin him around slightly here. So again, the shirt looks weathered. It looks like it's been through the mills a bit. It's he's been, I suppose, riding around desert land, and it is dirty terrain, and he's got it on his shirt. And you can see this waistcoat, the leather waistcoat, again, all beaten, tattered, and he is the Deputy US Marshal. Look at that badge. That's actually metal badge. Kaustic Plastik just don't cut corners. Look at this. Even his belt has bullets in it. There you can see his hands are quite feathered again. And that gun, the rifle, let's take that out of his hand, sorry. So you can see that. Apologies, my camera work is a bit shoddy. Now, this is a repeater rifle. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's not focusing, of course. Is it focusing? I love it though. Again, it's more classic weapon styling that you'd see in any Western movie, that sort of gun. So again, where we were is looking at the badge, the shirt. Just move them around. I'm just going to go back down to these boots because they have the working little spurs on the back to give that horse of his a good old kicking, get it moving along. Look at those bullets all the way around the back. And then the sort of fabric from the leather transition, which is really nice at the back of his waistcoat. Now, let's have a look at this sculpt. John Wayne. Let's have a look at you. The Duke doesn't want to focus. Okay, I don't know why. Ah, there we go. That's it. We've got it, folks. We've got it. Now, there he is. What a figure. So again, you can use that little gap in his mouth to put the cigarette in. Those of you who are keen to spot issues will see there's a bit of a joint at the bottom of his neck naturally, whereas the head sculpt would fit into the body. And obviously when you put the neck scarf on, or if you were to close that collar up a little bit, you would get that out of the equation. But in terms of the detail, look at that sculpt. He has that kind of freckled weather beaten skin look. Definitely the likeness is spot on. Looks very like John Wayne. The hair getting a bit grey, and from every angle this guy looks incredible. The hair just looks amazing under that hat. The hat does not come off. Let's just look at the hat a little bit more. Again, that looks a bit weathered, and again, just an incredible figure. That eye patch just looks very natural across his brow. You can see the furrow on his brow. He's annoyed. He's made his mind up about you. He's not impressed. The Duke, ready to unload that 6-shooter on you. Howdy, folks. Yeah, no, it's just an amazing figure. I'm not going to start posing him around. I literally took him out of the box, so I'm going to give him time to breathe before I start cracking on those joints of his. But absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning figure. The artwork of the box is the same as the print on the art print that they give you, and also the t-shirt. Also, as a web exclusive edition, they give you this great little diorama which comes in this box, and it's like his camp. So you set up camp, and you can take this wiring away. You can see it looks like a little fire that maybe is dying out, and the ground looks all gravelly. It's got a very realistic look about it. The stones here look like they've been charred and burned from the fire that's just been going. And there's plenty of, you know, phone special effects apps that will allow you just insert a fire there if you want for your figure photography, but it'll look very good. I will be taking pictures of this in poses, and I will post them to my Instagram page, which is Toys of Arkham as well, which is very easy to remember. So again, just rotating around the space. Again, really, really realistic. I absolutely love this. I'm so glad I just went all out on this figure. And of course, I feel obliged to watch True Grit now. So this is maybe a bag full of money or something, and maybe if I watch the movie it has some significance, but what's really cool about this is that you've got the option to use this stand to display the figure obviously on, but rather than put the pole, which it comes with here, into it, which can be a bit ugly looking, they give you the option to plug the hole with this. So just take this out to see if you can see what I mean. So that just pops in there, covers that hole if you don't want to use this, which is absolutely brilliant. Again, Kaustic Plastik thinking of things that other 1/6 scale companies are not thinking, and it really sets them apart, and it makes the likes of me want to just support them, even though I'm not a big fan of John Wayne necessarily. Obviously he's a legend, he's an icon, he's great to have in my collection, and the figure is absolutely stunning, but the fact that the Kaustic Plastik are just so amazing, I just want to support them. I just want to get their stuff, because they could make anything, and they do their best, and they just add things that other companies aren't doing. The magnets on the feet is brilliant. This sort of thing, again, attention to detail and giving collectors things that we want, you know, especially most of us figure collectors will like to photograph our figures. We like to get them in realistic poses, and we've gone beyond the age of playing with figures and going dish, dish, dash, dash, but at the same time, we do like to get dynamic poses out of our figures, and we like to make them look real. And anybody or any company that is working on that and making it look as real as possible in every regard gets my vote. So again, look, this comes with so much. Really, I mean, I think this all cost about €300 or thereabouts, which for a figure that's light years ahead of other 1/6 scale figures out there, it's great value. Look at all of this. It's limited edition. I don't think I'll lose money on this. T-shirt, print, clothing, accessories, diorama, 2 bases, a legendary, iconic actor and character, and of course the materials used, unbelievable, top of the range clothing, tailoring, metal on the weapons. I mean, literally, I can't gush about this company any more than I have. But if you want to get a more in-depth review of this, do catch Dean Knight on his channel. He gives this a really thorough review, and his lighting is probably better than mine. I'm in my kitchen expecting this to be a better lighting venue than my usual collection room, but it's not turning out to be the case. Let me just take him over to the window. Let's just do that and see if that'll help. At least get the sculpt correct. Is that any better? Not really. Maybe. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Delighted with it. I would highly recommend it. Let me know what you think. And did you check out Kaustic Plastik before? Have you got any of their things, any of their figures? If not, you should really check them out. This isn't sponsored by them. It has nothing to do with them. Just doing my own little thing here. But do like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any comments on it, I'd be really interested to hear. And please do check out my Instagram account, which is Toys of Arkham. All right, guys, take care, and thanks again for checking this out. Bye bye.